It is time to round up a big story from the week. Caitlyn Jenner had a splashy coming out celebration on national news this past week. Her transition is featured on the cover of Vanity Fair magazine. Some advocates say the story has turned into a pivotal and proud moment for the transgender community. And now Jenner is ESPN's choice for its Arthur Ashe Award for courage at the ESPYs this month. Many are criticizing the move, but ESPN defended their decision, saying the award is meant to honor people, quote, whose contributions transcend sports through courageous action. Caitlyn Jenner receiving the Arthur Ashe Award is our topic this half hour. We want to hear from you on our Fox 26 Facebook page. You can weigh in on Twitter as well. Be sure to use the hashtag Fox26forlife. Joining us live in the newsroom is our panel. It's led by our senior legal analyst Chris Tritico, our news analyst Mustafa Tamiz, and public policy analyst Jackie Bally. Hey guys.
Hello.
So what do you think? Should she be the one to win this award?
You know, I've been torn on this topic ever since it was announced. My first gut reaction was no, this is ridiculous. But when you think it through and the courage that it takes to make a decision like this and do it in a very public fashion as she has, I think it is a courageous act, and it does help a lot of people who are stuck, if you will, in limbo with respect to their own sexuality. So there may be some merit to giving her this award. I'm not sure that it has much to do with sports, and I understand that ESPN says it transcends sports, but I'm not sure that it's necessarily in the spirit of the award, Jackie. But you do agree, don't you, that, and if you don't, you don't, but that it takes a lot of courage to do what she did in such a public fashion?
Sure, of course it takes courage to do what she did. You know, I asked my younger son, I said, hey, what do you think about Caitlyn Jenner? And he said with a straight face, isn't she turning into a horse? Because that's what's trending with teenagers. And he was dead serious. He said, that's all over the internet. Because when you're on a reality show again, and you do something like this so publicly, then all the stories just start going crazy. It took a lot of courage for him to do the interview. It took a lot of courage to come out the way he did and to go through this transformation publicly. But you have athletes like Lauryn Hill. She's the college basketball player who was suffering from cancer.
Brain cancer.
Brain cancer, right. And she played courageously and eloquently with her team throughout that entire time, raising money for cancer research. You have people like her who are actually in sports right now who do show courage. Arthur Ashe is someone who we respect, and he courageously battled his illness. This woman is someone we respect. She courageously battled her illness. I think she would have been a better fit for this award, but clearly I'm not on the panel.
What about that?
You know, we look at ESPN's award as if the ESPN award is really meant to, you know, identify people that have done something courageous. It really is done for, like all private companies, to make money, right? I mean, by giving an award to Bruce Jenner, we are talking about Caitlyn Jenner. We're talking about, you know, the award. Otherwise, no one would be talking about it. So, from ESPN's standpoint, this is out there, and it's in the media cycle, and that's what they want. And I think both on our last topic and this topic, there's something to note that now you can make money just by being mentioned, right? I mean, so we see a lot of these celebrities that are not even celebrities, they just have reality shows and they become famous, and the fact that they can tweet something out, they get paid to tweet if they have thousands of followers. So we're in a different era, and we have to be cautious about what our kids are watching, what we're doing, not because of anything wrong with this, but really that celebrity for the sake of celebrityness. You know, I'm just kind of tired of it.
Well, wow. All right. Let me go to Sally. She's monitoring our social media.
I didn't know Mustafa was so passionate about this topic. Okay, let's check in on social media now, see what people are talking about on Twitter. Tony says, this whole praise for Bruce Jenner doesn't sit well with me, thinking of our soldiers that have lost lives and limbs. Ben says, ESPN is awarding an award for courage to someone whose motivation was partially tied to an upcoming reality show. Not okay. And then this person says, just because Caitlyn Jenner isn't a hero to you doesn't mean she's not a hero to other people. Not everyone has the same hero. Good point.
Wyatt's point and that last point, I think, are both very good points, because you can't, I don't think you can ignore the money motivation here in Caitlyn Jenner. Getting a reality show out of this transformation even though he and she were already making that transformation, this is about money for her.
She even admitted it. She said during her interview, she said, I have to pay bills, so of course I'm going to put this on my reality show. And to me, that takes away a little bit from this story. I understand, again, that she's doing this transformation is very difficult, and she does have courage for doing this publicly. But when she then goes on several interviews and says, I'm also going to make money from this, I'm going to use this for my reality show, then she becomes a little suspicious. Is this a reality stunt? Is this something, a publicity stunt? Is this a reason to give money? And, you know, Mustafa has a very good point. One of the things that we heard was that there was a deal made because ABC and ESPN are affiliated, and when Diane Sawyer got that interview, it was already a done deal that he was going to get this award.
That could be. I don't know the answer to that. But, you know, I think that Caitlyn will be a motivation to a lot of people who are struggling with their own sexuality, but 99% of the people who are struggling that way can't make millions out of their transformation.
Yeah. No, but I do want to make another point on this, that it has been valuable that the American public, you know, has accepted it, and that's a big deal as direction we're moving as a society. There were some hateful things that were said, but overall, by far, most people are accepting of it, and that just says that our capacity to take on the other as our own has increased, and that's always wonderful to see.